satisfaction. That is why today's video will go over some skills that will help better bridge relationships between both management and employees. With the help of our other instructors, we will be discussing some task-oriented and people-oriented behaviors that will serve you well to keep in your leadership toolkit. Do be sure to pay attention as there will be a short quiz at the end of every section. So with that being said, let us jump right in with our first task-oriented behavior presented by our instructor, Genevieve.
Thank you, Maria. Hello, my name is Genevieve Silva, Evaluation and Learning Specialist, and I am here to share my knowledge on how to successfully monitor and assess the work of your subordinates and organization overall. First, monitoring and assessing is defined as gathering and evaluating data of employee performance, service, or project qualities, and overall organizational performance. Monitoring and assessment is important because it is the basis of planning, clarifying, delegating, problem solving, and developing. Some helpful guidelines include the following. First, define and measure key indicators of performance. Performance indicators will help aid in your decisions to implement change within your organization. Second, compare progress with plans. Whenever there has been a large organizational change, it is important to compare data with plan specifications. Third, maintain a variety of sources information. Data should be comprised of both qualitative and quantitative information. An example of qualitative data would be conducting surveys and making site visits, while an example of quantitative data would be to review financial reports and customer data. Next is to ask clarifying questions. Engage with your employees and other groups of people to get the information that you truly need. After that, encourage open and honest reporting. This could be accomplished by rewarding those who step forward to let you know about problems. And lastly, conduct review meetings. These meetings will allow you to identify problems and brainstorm solutions. And now for your first pop quiz question. What are the ways that you can encourage open and honest reporting? Like I mentioned earlier, this can be accomplished by rewarding those who step forward to let you know about problems. You must be careful not to punish those who bring things to your attention. Now I will send you over to Gabby, who will be reviewing clarifying roles and informing.
Thank you, Genevieve. Hello, my name is Gabby Sandoval, and I am a training coordinator. My job here is to inform you about clarifying roles and objectives when communicating with your subordinates. Clarifying roles and objectives is done by guiding subordinates through communicating with them about determined expectations, policies, and goals. It is important to note that this is predominantly used to direct subordinates. This is due to the fact that clarifying roles and objectives focuses on active feedback, developing staff, goal setting, and defining/determining job responsibilities. It is also crucial when subordinates are new, when their responsibilities or expectations have changed, or when policies and procedures have changed. It is imperative to clarify what changes are taking place. With that being said, I would like to introduce to you the three main aspects. The three main aspects are defining job responsibilities, establishing performance goals, and verifying that your subordinates understand the task. By defining job responsibilities, you are making sure your subordinates understand the major functions of what they are expected to accomplish. By establishing goals, you are making sure your subordinates understand what standards they are expected to achieve. Lastly, by making sure your subordinates understand the task and processes, you are making sure they are equipped with the proper knowledge to perform any major functions. Moreover, clarifying roles and objectives may be a negative impact on your subordinates when it is used too little or too much. When a leader focuses too much on clarifying roles and objectives, this can lead to micromanagement and to the impediment of creativity. Yet when a leader uses too little, this can also be problematic, since subordinates might start to feel frustrated, confused, or even stressed. This can also cause a high employee turnover. Therefore, it is essential to have a good understanding about how clarifying roles and objectives work. Now, I have a true or false quiz question for you guys. In this section, clarifying roles and objectives, there are three main elements: defining job responsibilities, setting performance goals, and providing instruction. I'm going to give you a few seconds to think about the answer. And the answer is true. Now I would like to introduce to you Maria.
Hello, my name is Maria Sanchez. I'm one of the instructors here at Management Solutions, and I will be talking to you about delegation. Delegation is a powerful task-oriented behavior that can reap many rewards. When you have subordinates that are competent, they can help improve decision-making and job satisfaction while concurrently enriching and developing themselves. It will also help free up your time as a leader to deal with other responsibilities. Like anything, there are also negative side effects to delegation if untrained, unexperienced, or ill-tempered employees are delegated assignments out of their capacity. This could lead to work not being completed or it being completed incorrectly. So in order to avoid this, some guidelines should be followed. You must assess opportunity for delegation. You should ask yourself, what are the leader's responsibilities and workload? How about the subordinates? Remember, increasing decision-making or independent authority is a good way to reward and develop subordinates. Then you want to emphasize personnel development and empowerment whenever possible. Look at your workforce. Is there anyone who you feel stands out? Is doing above and beyond their routine work? Have they been with the company for years and years and know the ins and outs? Then you must be sure to balance responsibility and authority. With great power comes great responsibility. But have you ever wondered what happens when you have all the responsibility and none of the power? You must be sure to equip your employee with the tools to get their tasks done through empowerment. And finally, specify responsibilities and authorities. Be sure to be clear about the expectations, responsibilities, scope of authority, and rewards and punishment. So remember, when delegating, you must be aware of both the designation of responsibility and the allocation of authority. So, what is a potential negative outcome of delegation? Delegating assignments to an employee who cannot or will not complete it can lead to unfinished work, late work, or even work being done incorrectly. And now I will pass it on to Stephanie, who will begin the review of people-oriented behaviors.
Thank you, Maria, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Seha, and I will be introducing the first topic of people-oriented behavior, consulting. Consulting involves a great deal of communication. This means you have to be able to communicate with members of the organization on work-related issues. It is good to know that consulting is also related to decisiveness, delegating, and decision-making. Consulting can be done in the following methods: one-on-one meetings, phone calls, emails, and there are other written forms of communication. Being able to effectively communicate with your organization can help to ensure you are providing the best advice for improvement. Consulting holds two distinct elements. The first element would be soliciting information from people. This could be done to gain suggestions, ideas, and advice. Soliciting can be done in a closed manner, which means that you can ask direct questions and get a little bit more of a direct answer from organization members. The second element is an invitation to be involved in decision-making. However, this form of element should be done to a certain degree. It is either in a highly indirect and informal manner, or you can also communicate in a highly direct and structured manner. Consulting requires feedback to better help assess, using data collection and emphasizing questions to help understand and provide honest, detailed information. There are two forms of data that can be used as performance measures, the first being hard data and the second soft data. Hard data is acquiring information from reliable sources, whereas soft data is acquiring information using qualitative information, such as from surveys, ratings, or polls. Hello, everyone. So now that we've learned a little bit about consulting, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions to refresh your memory. The first question is, soliciting is a part of consulting, true or false? If you answered true, you are correct. All right, on to the second question. The second question is, soft data is not as important as hard data. True or false? All right, so if you answered false for this question, you are correct. So this concludes our lesson. I hope you learned a lot about consulting, and I also hope you have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, Steph. Hey, team. My name is Saul Reyes, and I hope you guys are learning a lot today. Today I'm going to be discussing two people-oriented behaviors: developing staff and motivating. Developing staff consists of three major steps: support, coaching, and mentoring. Developing staff involves the enhancement of the performance of an employee and preparing them for the future with the company. People-oriented behaviors is surrounded around leading followers and creating a follower center. There's a total of 7 total people-oriented competencies. However, I can argue that developing staff and motivating are crucial. There's a strong correlation with these two with job satisfaction. In terms of motivating, it's a very general term. It refers to the enhancing of an employee's drive and giving them positive feedback so they may be inspired to work. Rewarding involves many types of incentives, and these should be used on a case-to-case basis, and the use of motivation only at appropriate times. Now to Renee.
Hello, my name is Renee Sinander, and I'm here to talk to you today about the responsibility of building and managing teams. As our new management trainee, it is important to understand this people-oriented behavior. As a manager, you may have both work groups and teams. Teams may be traditional or cross-functional, and it is important to understand the benefit and liabilities of both work groups and teams. Let's take a look at work groups. Benefits would include clear membership, clear lines of authority, efficiency of operations, and stability, whereas the liabilities may include lack of creativity, hindrance to individual initiative, excessive role maintenance, and aversion to change. As you manage teams, benefits may include ability to select appropriate skills for the project, creativity and synergy, and structural flexibility, whereas team liabilities include a lopsided representation, problems with coordination, divided loyalty and role stress or confusion, time consumption, a lack of commitment, and even challenges in just implementation. Time consumption, a lack of commitment, and even challenges in just implementation. As our newest manager trainee, you have the power to enhance facilitation of team effectiveness. It's important to assess the task structure to ensure it fits appropriately with the team structure, and ensure that you are providing clear, defined objectives and scope of authority. Managing teams will also include assessing for an appropriate mix of skills such as technical skills, interpersonal skills, number of members, and representation. There are 5 guidelines to follow when building and managing your teams. First, take survey and be sure to analyze the work. That way, you are able to select the best group structure. Second, as the manager, put thought into the design elements of the group when setting up new or special teams. Consider levels of authority, how to motivate the team, and the team membership. Third, ensure that you are providing special training to teams so that they have the tools needed to accomplish the tasks. Fourth guideline, be sure to use and emphasize common interest and shared values when team building. It's important to promote group cohesion and support group development. Lastly, enhance identity and morale of the group when team building. A strong identity will lead to a successful and positive group. Building and managing teams will not always be easy. There are several common problems that you may encounter as you manage your teams. This may include floundering, overbearing participants, dominating participants, reluctant participants, unquestioned acceptance of opinions as facts, a rush to accomplishment, attribution, discounts and plops, wanderlust, and even feuding team members. Pop quiz question for building and managing teams. True or false? It is important to quickly put together a diverse team with minimal direction in order to let their creativity flow. The answer is false. As the manager, you would not want to quickly put together a team. You want to be sure to analyze the work and make sure you're assessing for the best group structure to use. As we conclude this e-learning experience, several behaviors associated with effective leadership have been reviewed with you. We hope that you find these task and people-oriented behaviors a useful tool for you in your management career. Goodbye for now.